Your week is starting off great. We have a wonderful So What planned for you today, and today is also our Videocast day. So at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we will head on over to sewingonline.sulky.com for our Tinsel and Trimmings Videocast, and I will get to that momentarily. But first, I wanted to start off by letting you know that the warehouse contacted me this morning and said they were able to compile a few more fall mystery boxes. We had an overwhelming response to these mystery boxes, and they are trying to make sure that everyone gets one that wants one. So if you were looking at the mystery box and you were not able to add it to your cart, we do have some restocked now at sulky.com. This is our fall 2022 mystery box, and the items inside are valued at more than $55. Also, with purchase of the mystery box, you get a fun little Halloween machine embroidery collection. You can see the pictures of the designs here on the screen. You get 4 trick-or-treat pumpkin-themed Halloween embroidery designs. So if you did purchase a mystery box and you haven't grabbed up your design files, check your account at sulky.com because they are probably sitting in your account ready for you to download and start stitching out some fun Halloween themed trick-or-treat bags, table runners, all kinds of fun stuff for Halloween coming up. And if you didn't get a mystery box, now is your chance to grab one. They are only $34.99 and you get tons of fun products inside. So I wanted to make everybody aware that we were able to make some more. So that is super fun. So as you're adding things to your cart today, and if you are joining for the Tinsel and Trimmings Videocast, you might want to bump up your order to get to that free shipping threshold. So adding in one of those mystery boxes will definitely get you there. Speaking of Tinsel and Trimmings, I'm so excited about this one. I know I say that probably every month that we have an event, but I finished mine. This is made with everything in the kit, including all of the optional add-ons. So the kit for today's videocast happening at 2 o'clock over on our education platform, it comes with sticky Fabri-Solvy, which we will be using to transfer embroidery designs, these really cute designs by Gail Pan, who is an Australian designer. She'll be coming on with some pre-recorded video today for our videocast because she lives in Australia. And I don't even know what time it is in Australia right now, but she's probably sleeping. I don't know. At any rate, she will still join with a great tutorial for her version of this table runner. And then I'm going to take over in the videocast and show you how I put it together. So I did mine with no hand sewing. Well, I take that back. I did some hand quilting. Okay, I take it back. But I did the embroidery by machine. So I'm going to show you how to drop your feed dogs, and we are going to free motion style the embroidery. And they are all simple designs, so you don't have to worry about being a first timer with free motion. I am going to show you just how easy it is. We're going to take it slow, and you will still finish the designs in a fraction of the time it would take you to do them by hand. Now, if you want to do them by hand and follow Gail's instructions, you are more than welcome to do so, but you can also do this with your sewing machine. So I will take over and show you how to do the free motion embroidery. I'm also going to show you how to do the free motion quilting. Do you see the sparkly quilting thread that's on the blocks surrounding all the embroidery? I'm going to show you how to do that on your sewing machine as well, using Sulky Poly Sparkle thread. And then, okay, there is a little bit of hand sewing, but if you don't want to do the hand sewing, you can also quilt your borders using the 12-weight the 12-weight Filane thread that's included in the kit. And you can do straight line quilting, but I did big stitch quilting by hand, and it's really pronounced with that heavyweight thread. and really easy to do. You don't need a lot of quilting on here because first off, your blocks are heavily quilted and it's a relatively small size. So you don't need a ton of quilting to keep your layers together. So if you did want to do a little bit of hand sewing, I would suggest a little bit of hand quilting just to finish it off and give a nice contrast to the borders. And then it's a matter of binding it, putting it all together. So that's what we will be doing at 2 o'clock today over at sewingonline.sulky.com. Be sure to register, and then you will get access to the freebie design, which is a thank you from Sulky of America, just for registering. So let me just show you, here is the pattern that you will get with purchase of the kit. This pattern, I think it has a $14 value, I want to say, because it includes those 3 embroidery designs that you will print onto your Sulky stabilizer, and all the instructions to create the table runner or an optional wall hanging. There's a lot you can do with this pattern, and I'm going to talk about that during the video cast this afternoon as well. So the pattern comes with the kit, and you get a specialty pack of sticky Fabri-Solvy, 6 different spools of Sulky thread. You'll get filaine thread, petites thread, poly sparkle thread, and some construction thread. So lots of different thread types and weights that we will be playing with and learning about this afternoon. You'll also get an assortment pack of organ needles. So we will have all the sizes of needles that we need for these different weights of thread. So I'll teach you all about that as well. So this is the main kit. Again, these items also come with that pattern. And then we have an optional fabric add-on. So if you want to grab up these beautiful fabrics that are shown in my sample, this is a brand new fabric from Moda. It is called Pomegranate from one of their new Christmas collections. And it's on the borders as well as the backing. I love this print. It's so pretty. And then also this great plaid fabric. This is from Michael Miller, a Christmas collection from Michael Miller. And this is used for the binding as well as these cute little frame border strips that are kind of like a flat piping or flange. So it gives even more texture to the table runner project. And then you will also get some plain or solid cream fabric, which is a high quality Kona cotton. So if you want to grab up the fabric bundle, I have been told we have very few of those left for today's video cast. So be sure to add that on to your kit purchase to make sure that you get the fabric bundle if you want to make it exactly how you see me making it this afternoon. All right. Let's see. Oh, here's another picture. I wanted to share this with you because I went to good old Hobby Lobby, kind of looking for some Christmas decor that I could prop up with this table runner. And I just thought this picture was really funny because Hobby Lobby has these displays in the center of their stores with lots of tchotchkes and, you know, fun little sayings, signs, and things like that. And I just took the table runner and threw it onto one of the displays and took a quick picture of it. And I think it turned out pretty good, but I wanted to tell you all the secret because I just thought that this was kind of funny that I would just throw it onto the Hobby Lobby display. At any rate, today for the video cast, when you register, as always, you will get a freebie, fun freebie just for registering. Today's freebie for Tinsel and Trimmings is our Merry Christmas spoolie design. If you're not familiar with the spoolie designs, they're really fun. They are Sulky thread spools made into little people, and they're in various scenarios. So we've got some holiday spoolies. We have some sewing themed spoolies. They're just really, really fun designs. And this is a rather large scale design, actually. So if you wanted to substitute the designs that you get with the Tinsel and Trimmings pattern with a spoolie design or a collection of spoolie designs, you're really just learning a method for how this all comes together. And then you can personalize it in so many different ways. This is just a great plain block that you can use to showcase your favorite sewing talent, whether it's hand embroidery, free motion embroidery, machine embroidery, or more quilting, right? So you can do whatever you want in these blocks that we are showcasing and framing out in the table runner. So one of these spoolie designs would look so cute, or a collection of them. And you can find all these cute spoolie designs at sulky.com. Some of them are packaged up with thread, and some of them are available as a collection together as well. And again, you will get this design absolutely for free just by registering for the Tinsel and Trimmings Videocast, and you can grab it up at any time. It will be stored with the event in your own personal library on our education platform, which again is sewingonline.sulky.com. Now, I don't usually do this, but I wanted to tell you all about the door prizes that we are featuring during today's event, because as I was going through making sure that I had everything built in the event platform, doing my 500th rehearsal so that I'm uber prepared for everyone today, I just thought, these are some amazing door prizes, and how generous of Sulky to offer these up for this videocast. I mean, you know, participating in this videocast is like buying a lottery ticket, because your chances of winning one of these door prizes is very good. Okay. So I just thought, I'm going to break all the rules and I'm going to tell you all what you could win simply by registering today. Even if you cannot attend live, when we do a videocast, which means we have multiple cameras, we have lots of video so you can see the sewing up close. We do live Q&A so you can, access the instructor in real time. These videocasts are very valuable. We put tons of work into them, and we pack them full of content, techniques, lessons, and entertainment. So at any rate, normally we wait until the videocast is happening and we just kind of unveil the door prizes as we get to them. But I just thought these were too good, and I had to let you all know what you could potentially win. So like I said, even if you cannot attend live, when you register for a videocast, anyone can win, whether you're watching live or you watch later on demand. So if you're not available at 2 p.m. Eastern Time today, you can watch it tonight. Next week, you can watch it 500 times if you want. If you order your kit today and it doesn't arrive for a little while, you can access the content again, watch the video, pause, rewind, get all of those great answers to everybody's questions, and get all the information that you need as you're working your way through the project. So even if you can't attend live, you are still eligible to win these great door prizes. So again, think of it as a lottery ticket, because it's amazing. Our first door prize we will be giving away this afternoon is our Holiday Cheer hand embroidery kit. You guys have heard me talk about this kit for a few months now, because we launched it in July when we were first talking about Christmas in July. We worked with a fabulous hand embroidery designer, Julia Anderson, and she designed this beautiful collection of 10 embroidery designs that are printed onto the stick and stitch stabilizer. The kit comes with all the designs. It comes with the designs already pre-printed onto the stabilizer in a couple different sizes. You also get a sheet of Sulky Felty so that you can get stitching and really see how that Felty just takes stitches so beautifully. You can create an ornament or a little shelf sitter pillow or something using that Felty. And you also get all of these colors of Sulky 12-weight cotton petites thread in these beautiful muted tones for holidays and beyond. So this kit is our first door prize of the day this afternoon. So one lucky person who registers for Tinsel and Trimmings will win this. Our next door prize is our Merry Chris Mouse machine embroidery palette. As you know, when we call something a palette, that means you're getting all the threads you need to coordinate with an entire machine embroidery collection. You also get all the designs. So for what it would normally cost, I mean, basically you're buying the threads and getting all these designs for free when you buy a palette. Or you can buy up just the design collections. But again, you're going to be spending about the same amount of money. So you might as well get all the threads along with the designs. And these are also really large scale applique designs that are done in the hoop of your embroidery machine. So for the person who prefers machine embroidery to hand embroidery, you could do your Merry Christmas designs on your table runner and choose 3 of the cute little mouse designs and stitch them onto the table runner. Use your cutoffs, your excess fabrics for the applique pieces, and you would have an entirely different table runner that is equally as adorable, and done all, again, by machine. No hand sewing needed. So this will be another great door prize that we are giving away this afternoon. And then it gets even better. So when we do a video cast, we give away 4 door prizes, and their value increases as we work our way through the event. When we do a free webcast event, webcasts, basically the difference is that in a webcast, you don't get the multiple camera views. You don't get tons and tons of close-up video. It's more of a presentation, kind of like what we do here on So What, but it's more technique focused and more in-depth instruction. This is more conversational in nature. So with a webcast, those are free events, and we do 2 door prizes during our webcasts, and you have to be present to win. But for the video casts, we do 4 amazing door prizes, and you don't have to be present to win. You can watch at any time. So some of our big ticket door prizes, we are going to be giving away an entire slimline container of the new Filane Petites thread. This is our 12 weight acrylic thread that brushes when you brush it with that blooms when you brush it with our Filane wire brush. And the entire collection of petites just means it's available in a 50-yard spool rather than a 435-yard spool. When we first launched the Filane thread, it was only available in these larger spools for like bigger machine embroidery designs, for lots of quilting, for long arm quilting and things like that. But now we have them on 50-yard spools, so you can use just a little bit for like a tuft of beard of a Santa, or a little bit of fur patches on a deer, something like that. So the whole Petites Filane collection is available in 2 slimlines. So we will be giving away slimline 1, which is the first, I believe, 50 colors. So huge door prize that you can win. And then our grand prize door prize later this afternoon is the Poly Sparkle Slimline. This is every single color of Sulky Poly Sparkle thread. This has like a $289 value to it. I know it really deserves a round of applause. I'm just shocked that Sulky would, well, I'm not shocked because Sulky is very generous, but this will be our grand prize door prize for the Tinsel and Trimmings video cast happening at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So, Kay says, will you start over? I just got here. Well, Kay, the good news is, just like our webcasts and video casts, those become on demand as soon as the live event ends. And whether you are watching here on YouTube or Facebook, when we are done this afternoon, you can go back to where you started and rewind and watch the beginning that you missed. So, all right. I hope that persuades you, if you have not already registered for the Tinsel and Trimmings video cast happening in just a few short hours. Go ahead and register so that you are eligible to win these amazing prizes. You will also get that free machine embroidery design just for registering. And then you will get this awesome tutorial that you can watch at any time at your leisure through our education site. All right, so if you're wondering, where do I sign up? I linked directly to registering for the videocast in the description of today's post here. So if you are not seeing that link, remember to hit the little See More button, and then the whole description will pop out and you'll see links for everything I'm going to talk about today. And you can click right on over to register for this event, as well as grab up that kit, and be sure to add on that fabric bundle if you do want it, because I was told we are in very, very limited supply of those. So I want to make sure that you get the fabric. If you want to make your table runner look exactly like mine with these beautiful new Christmas themed holiday fabrics from Moda and Michael Miller. All right. Lots of people saying, love the Poly Sparkle thread. Great prizes. Sandy has just registered. Amazing. Okay. Speaking of giveaways, I also have a giveaway for us here at So What? And that is our Halloween Potions machine embroidery collection. So one lucky viewer who is watching right now, commenting, giving me those great emojis, somehow engaging with the post, sharing it out, you will be automatically eligible to win today's little giftie. And it is our Halloween Potions machine embroidery collection. I think it has a $34.99 value. This is another one where you can also purchase it as a pallet, which means you will be purchasing the thread and getting the embroidery designs almost for free. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about with today's project here on So What? And I am going to kind of work through it rather quickly because we do have a video cast to get to, and I want to be sure that everybody can kind of transition over to our education site and be ready at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So what I'm going to show you today, and I have shown you these designs before. We made a little wine cuff koozie a while back when we launched this collection using our witch wine design. But I decided to make these all as freestanding patches and then come up with some creative ideas for how to decorate with them for Halloween. So whether you're having a Halloween party or you're just decorating your house for the holiday, these are some really fun ideas. And I just absolutely love these designs. They're so cute. They come in 3 sizes. So when you grab up the collection, you will get the designs in a small, medium, and large size. So if you only have a 4x4 hoop, you can grab up those small designs and stitch them all out. If you have a 5x7 or a 6x10 hoop, then you can stitch out the larger designs as well. And I have a variety of sizes here that I've sewn out. This is the largest size. It's like almost as big as my head. And then this is the smallest size, Spooky Spices. So I'm going to show you how I made these in the hoop of my embroidery machine. Then I'm going to give you some inspiration for how to display them for different activities. For, let's say you're doing a buffet or a party or what have you. So really fun, and these come together really easily. So here is my Spooky Spices design. And you know what's really fun is, speaking of Hobby Lobby and craft stores and Target, all these kinds of places, they have great little jars, little vases. Even look at where the fake plants are, or the potted plants. You can find all kinds of cute little apothecary type jars, or go in the bath area and you might find a jar that's meant for like toothbrushes or something, that you can put one of these freestanding patches on as a sort of label. And then you can fill it with all kinds of Halloween goodies and things like that. So unexpected places where you can find these little jars. I even found, maybe I can show you if I I don't know if you can see them right here. I have so many things in progress, so bear with me just a moment. But I even found these cute little milk jugs. I think I found these at Joann Fabrics, and relatively inexpensive, $2.99 for a little milk jug. And you can put your patch right over the top of the little cow and then fill this with some fun stuff. All right, so be on the lookout for just kind of unique shapes of jars. Even if you get like those Starbucks Frappuccinos or something like that, you could rinse them all out, use them for something like that, like this, fill them with some florals or some fun, you know, they have these black roses and things like that at the Hobby Lobby that I noticed the other day. So just be on the lookout for some cute jars or canisters or things like that, because they will be perfect for displaying these patch designs as well as just decorating with in general. And these can be completely removable. You don't have to hot glue them down or anything. And I'll show you how to do that as well, so that you can just remove them after the holidays and then maybe reuse those for something that's, you know, Christmas themed or even for Thanksgiving. All right. So first off, decide how many of these you want to create. Now, I chose the largest hoop that I had on hand, and I just started adding some different designs in the different sizes to my machine screen. I started kind of resizing them a little bit, lining them up, seeing how many I could fit in one hooping so that I could make lots of these. So here's kind of how I arranged it on the machine screen. I also wanted to mention that as the base for my patches, I used the new Sulky Twilly. Now, I just mentioned Sulky Felty as being part of the Holiday Cheer hand embroidery kit. Well, Sulky Twilly is kind of like Felty in that it comes in pre-cut sheets, okay? And we have packaged together some Twilly sheets that coordinate with these Halloween potion designs. So Twilly will come like a sheet like this, and then it has a stabilizer already applied to it. It's more like an interfacing really, that's already pre-fused to the fabric. Now you still need additional stabilizer because we're kind of just using this as like an in the hoop applique portion of the design. So we're not actually hooping the Twilly. We're going to hoop the stabilizer only because we want this to be freestanding, a freestanding patch. Then we're going to add the Twilly like we are adding an applique fabric in the hoop. So if you want to grab up your Halloween I can't talk right now, the Halloween Potions Machine Embroidery Collection or palette, be sure to add on the Halloween Potions Twilly pack, because then you will get a pack of these in coordinating colors to make your freestanding patches. And it's amazing to work with. It's super stable. It makes your patch stand up on its own. It has a great structure to it. So otherwise, you would be sewing this out of just thread onto a wash away stabilizer. But instead, we're going to give it a little bit more stability with the addition of this Twilly behind it. And it really gives it a great structure. I can't say enough about it. All right, so we're starting with arranging our designs, figuring out which ones we want to sew. And then I did this two ways. And first I'm going to show you using Sulky Fabri-Solvy as our stabilizer base. And I believe I used 2 sheets of this. All the instructions for these patches and everything I made that I'm going to show you today are on the Sulky blog. I also linked to that directly in the description of today's post, so you can head right on over to that blog post and get all the instructions with these great photos attached, so you don't need to take any notes today, and you'll have links in the blog post for anything you want to head on over to sulky.com and grab. All right, so we hoop our stabilizer only and put our hoop onto the machine. And the first step of each design is going to be the placement stitches for our twilly or our fabric backing. Now, as I mentioned, you don't have to use a fabric backing for the design. You could simply sew these out onto or using just the thread. They're very thread heavy, dense designs, and all of this cream that you see here is all thread. So you could sew these out just with thread onto the stabilizer. But like I said, the addition of that twilly just makes these so nice. All right, so first step is that applique placement stitch for our twilly. And then you're going to place the twilly over those placement stitches so that it's completely covering them. Then you will do the next step of the design, which is tacking down the twilly. After we tack down the twilly, here's what that looks like. Now you'll take your applique scissors and trim the twilly really close to those tacking stitches. And when you use applique scissors, you can use duckbill applique scissors like this. We have them at sulky.com. Or you can use a double curved applique scissor. Whatever scissor you use, you want to just make sure you can get really close to those stitches without clipping through them. So next we will trim that twilly away. And now you can see I have the twilly down for each one of those designs. And then you will simply work your way through the embroidery designs, switching out your thread colors, trimming up your jump stitches as you get to them. And, you know, these are very, very thread heavy designs. So if you do want to make multiples of these, like lots and lots, you might want to consider grabbing up two thread palettes, two Halloween Potions thread palettes, or you can simply grab up additional colors. So when you look up the thread palette for Halloween Potions, in the description of that product, there will be all the threads listed for the designs. So you can grab up some extra of the background color, which is this cream ecru color, because you're going to need that. And some extra black would probably be helpful. You'll have enough in the palette to create at least one of each patch. But like I said, if you want to create lots of these, you're gonna need some extra thread. Now, for most of these, I used the black Sulky bobbin thread. You can see the zombie design is almost entirely with black on the back. And then for some of the details like zombie zits, this lettering, since it's in this cream ecru color, I used white bobbin thread so that that color really popped off of the surface of the black. But for the majority of these, for example, Black Cat Hisses, I used white bobbin thread for this cream background, and then I switched to black bobbin thread for the darker portions of the design. So be sure to kind of restock with some Sulky 60 weight bobbin thread in white and black as well. You're going to need lots of thread, again, for these designs. I like to buy my bobbin thread on the king spools because, oh, I've got one up here already that I'm working with. But, you know, you just get tons more thread because I go through bobbin thread like crazy. So might be a good thing to think about sizing up from those smaller snap spools to a king spool, especially when you're doing something like this. All right. So after we stitch all the patches in the one hooping, you're going to remove your stabilizer from the hoop and kind of trim it away from the design perimeters. We just want to get rid of as much as we can, but obviously you do not want to snip through that satin stitch edging at all. So just kind of give yourself maybe a 1/4 inch border of stabilizer beyond the designs. There's goblin goo. I got pretty close with that one around the outside stitching, but we still need to remove that excess stabilizer. And the great thing about Fabri-Solvy is it's entirely water soluble. So now you're going to take it over to the sink and wash away the remaining Fabri-Solvy from around the perimeter. You don't have to get rid of all the stabilizer because actually leaving a little bit intact, but still kind of getting it wet, contributes to the stability of your patch. So you definitely want to make sure that it's removed from that outer edge, and it actually almost kind of curls toward the back of the patch, which is cool. And then you can just use a little bit of agitation with your fingers under the running water to make sure that it is all removed. And then once you have done that, you can just let them dry flat on a towel. And I just put them flat on the towel and then folded the towel over them and kind of pressed them down to remove any excess moisture, and then just let them dry totally flat on that towel. If the edges start to kind of curl up a little bit because you haven't removed all of the stabilizer, that is okay. You can fold your towel over the top and even put some heavy books on top, and that will help them dry really nice and flat. All right. So now comes the fun part, and that is applying these to all kinds of fun things. So for the most part, I experimented with a few different ideas. First off, I used some double-sided mounting tape, and I used that for some large vases that I found. And this worked really well on the bigger designs. You can put 2 pieces along the top and then 2 along the sides. And that held really, really well onto the vases, which I will show you a picture of that momentarily. I had some bathroom canisters. I'll show you a picture of that. And I used a little glue dot like that you would find in like the scrapbooking section of your craft store. Just a small little glue dot. They are totally removable. It kind of feels like a dried dot of hot glue, but it's really tacky. And when you remove your patch, when you're all done with the season, you can just simply remove your glue dot, give it a little orange oil or just some household cleaner, and it comes right off, no residue. The double-sided mounting tape was a little bit more difficult to remove from the vases, but it stuck really, really good. There was no curling or removal of the patch over the course of about 2 weeks that I had it on there before I removed these to show you all the tutorial today. All right. So now you can see, isn't this a cool jar? I got this on the sales section. They had them in a couple different sizes, and it's really big. So it makes a great statement for your mantle or even by the front door. If you have like a cluster of pumpkins and you get some big jars and maybe put some like hay stalks or some faux flowers in it or something, these are really cool. So that was the finished zombie zits. And then here I have it on my mantle with some of these grayish, blackish fake roses. And so we've got these cute little jars in different sizes. So we've got our goblin goo and bat breath and zombie zits on the mantle. And I didn't even put anything in these jars, but I think they look really cool for Halloween decor. So then I thought, what else can we do with our cute designs? So if you've ever gone to a Halloween party or hosted a Halloween party, it's really fun to give different names for the food that you're serving, right? Witch wine, or the zombie zits could be chocolate chip cookies, or the goblin goo could be, you know, a bowl of Jell-O salad or something like that. So I decided to make just really quick little place cards for a buffet. So I have some heavy cardstock and I just cut it in half, or cut it folded it in half, and then I just used some of that mounting tape to attach it to the back of the patch. And I kind of folded it so that you can't really see the card underneath the patch when it's on the table next to the food items, but super cute. So there's my little mounting tape, and then there it is on the table with a bottle of wine. You can find some cute little wine glasses. I found this one, again, at the Hobby Lobby. I'm telling you what, that place just has... Actually, no, I didn't get this at the Hobby Lobby. I don't think you can find many Halloween things at the Hobby Lobby. But I did, I think, find this in those dollar bins at Target. So little cups. My kids are kind of obsessed with them as well, just for their milk at dinner time. So that's kind of fun to set up at your buffet. All right. So now I wanted to show you how to create these using Sulky Super-Solvy instead of Fabri-Solvy. Spoiler alert, you get the same result. So if you have some Fabri-Solvy on hand, 2 layers is probably best. If you have Super-Solvy, you only need 1 layer of stabilizer. It's really thick. It's thicker than the original Solvy. You would not want to try these on the original Solvy. It could perforate during the stitch out, and it's just not thick enough to support all of these stitches that we're going to add to it. But the Super-Solvy, even the Ultra-Solvy would work, but you're going to have more time washing it away. So here is the Super-Solvy, and I tried it in a magnetic hoop this time to see how things would go along. So you can see the stitch out looks great on the Super-Solvy, and I did the smallest size of the spooky spices here. So you do the same thing, work your way through the stitch out, add the twilly, and then trim away your patch, leaving a little border of that Super-Solvy, and then take it over to your sink and rinse it away. The same process we did with the Fabri-Solvy. I just wanted to show you that sometimes you can use different stabilizers to get the same result. Other times you have to have a specific kind. So a lot of times these stabilizers can be interchangeable depending on the technique and how dense a design is. So now I have that spooky spices. I found this really cute canister at the Target in the bath section. And I thought, this doesn't necessarily have to go in a bathroom. You can put it next to your kitchen, next to your, utensil, bucket thing. And it would be really cute addition to your kitchen decor. And then I just started having a lot of fun with a lot of the jars that I found out and about. So these are some cool vases. I found these at Target in the Halloween section. They have kind of a cobwebby look to them, but they're really just glass vases with like a gray tint to them. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have a s'mores party, just one random night after school with the kids, and label the different components of the s'more with our cute patches. So for the black cat hisses, I have graham crackers. For the bat breath, I have the chocolate. And then, of course, the goblin goo are the giant marshmallows. So just another idea of, putting out a s'mores party or a hot chocolate bar would be so cute for a Halloween get-together or potluck or something like that, and label all the different little things. Or if you have like a sundae making party, you could label all the different candies and chocolate syrups and things like that with these cute designs. So then I thought, zombie zits. Well, that could be chocolate chip cookies, or it could be little chocolate chips. When you think about zombie zits, maybe they're mini chocolate chips. So I actually filled up this jar with mini chocolate chips, and you could have a cookie making party, or again, a sundae making party. And that would be really cute and fun. And then here are some bathroom canisters I found. So if you want to dress up your guest bathroom for Halloween, you can put your cotton balls in the bat breath. You can put a roll of toilet paper in the goblin goo to have an extra roll of toilet paper handy, and put those next to your sink in your bathroom. And that's a really cute way to also dress up your home with some devilish decor. All right, so I hope that you are inspired to grab up the Halloween Potions Machine Embroidery Collection or palette and the Twilly add-on pack. It just makes it so much easier to have all those things on hand in the colors that you need for your designs. Man, my sewing room is a total mess. I'm sorry. This is a Halloween treat bucket that I wanted to show you today as well, but I just didn't have time with everything else going on. But this is another great thing that you can buy from our blanks store and have time to personalize that and embroider it up for the trick-or-treaters in your life. You can find those at sulky.com as well. Just seeing it over my shoulder here made me think of, oh shoot, I wanted to show you that. But also, you might be wondering about this bat table runner. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about this today. I actually demoed this a couple of years ago, and it's one of our most popular blog posts, and it's not even a sulky pattern. So I want to give credit where credit is due. And if you are interested in this pattern, I turned it into a table runner, but the pattern is actually for a quilt. It's called Bats, and it's designed by Cluck Cluck Sew. So I wanted to be sure to give credit where credit is due, because a lot of people have been asking about this bat table runner. And basically, I took this, did my interpretation of it using glow-in-the-dark fabrics, and I paired it with sulky, glowy thread for the quilting. So when the lights are off, this entire thing glows in the dark. And it's so fun and so neat and so easy to sew. First, you will use this pattern. You'll have to grab it from Cluck Cluck Sew because, again, it is not a sulky pattern. It's really just something that I used as a vehicle to show you the fun you can have with sulky, glowy thread. So you'll create your bats, which are pieced together. And I was lucky enough to find this spider web pattern in a black with white webs and a white with black webs. So I did kind of this, opposite effect with the fabrics. But you could also see in her image here that she used a fun black and white polka dot print and then lots of different black prints for the different bats. So you don't have to do, what I did and find these kind of opposite patterns. But there are so many fun Halloween fabrics out on the shelves right now. So at any rate, you'll first piece together your bats, and I just used 3 for the table runner. Out of that whole pattern, I used 3. So you could create a longer table runner. You could create square placemats with 1 bat each, and then your background fabrics. You can create a larger quilt. So just as with anything, you're learning the method and how the bats are pieced by using her pattern, and then you can kind of run with it. So I did 3 of the bats, and then I added the borders or the background fabrics to create the 3 squares. Then I stitched together the 3 squares, and I had my table runner top. So glowy thread is just as easy to sew with as our regular 40 weight Polydeco thread. I used the 60 weight bobbin thread in the bobbin, and I quilted this so simply. First, I outlined each one of the bats. Then I stitched about a 1/4 inch or a scant 1/4 inch or a seam allowance width apart and just echo quilted beyond each bat. So I had all these cool lines across the entire table runner length. And I have a little bit, I think I have another close-up of that, or I thought I did, but I'm not finding it now. At any rate, I used the white glowy thread, but it also comes in yellow, pink, purple, green, orange, and you're going to get that color when the lights are on. When the lights are off, it'll all be the same glowy greenish color, okay? So if you have a background fabric that's white, like I did, you can choose the white glowy. But if you're working with, let's say, a Halloween costume, you want a portion of it to glow. For example, my son is going to be wearing a lot of yellow, so I could use that yellow glowy so that in the daytime it's inconspicuous, but at night that portion of his costume will glow. So you can use it for quilting, you can use it for top stitching, you can even add glowy to costumes that you've purchased and add maybe some glowy along the collar, or if the costume has a belt, you can stitch lines of glowy along the belt, and then you will have this fun special effect that you've added to a purchased costume and kind of make it your own and add something special to it. So glowy, really super fun. And even with a table runner, again, if you're hosting a Halloween party, it would be so fun to have your glowing bat table runner and maybe a fog machine and your bat breath and all of your cute little apothecary jars, and put your buffet on your lovely bat table runner. Or hang it on the wall like I have. Who says a table runner has to go on a table? You don't have to create an entire quilt to have a really cool wall hanging. You can do a table runner size and decorate your wall with it, maybe behind your buffet. And again, when you turn the lights out, it will glow. So just some cool things that hopefully inspire you to decorate for Halloween. We still have a few weeks left before the big day, so there's plenty of time to create some of these fun projects and get in the spooky spirit. So I'm going to quickly go through our questions in the chat. Again, if you are chatting with me today, giving me those great emojis, liking the Sulky page, sharing out this live stream, you are automatically eligible to win today's giftie, which is our Halloween Potions Machine Embroidery Design Collection. All right, so Patricia says, I think there's a Sulky thread for every application. I think there is too. Great fabric choices. Yeah, you can find these. There's all kinds of different glow-in-the-dark fabrics in the Halloween section of your fabric store. And Jackie says, I love the size of table runners. Me too, because sometimes I just don't have time to create an entire quilt, especially in time for Halloween, right? But I love, the piecing of it or a particular design element. Grab up that pattern, isolate that design element, and then make something that's totally yours. So I think as sewers, we want to share our cool designs, but we also love to see your take on it as well. All right, Denise is loving the bat table runner. Black roses in the Zombie Zits bottle. Really cute ideas. Yeah, if you go in the floral department, I'm sure you can find a different shaped flower or sprig of something or bud that would work with all of these great designs. Goblin goo could be like some fake baby's breath or something. And somebody said great gift ideas too. You could dress up a bottle or something, fill it with yummies, gift it to your kids' teachers or your neighbors. I don't know if you guys have a booing tradition in your neighborhood like we do, but every year we will boo our neighbors. And that just means that you kind of create a cute gift basket and you drop it off at their door and you ding dong ditch them and run away. So they have no idea who left this cute Halloween basket of treats. But these would be great little things for a boo basket. Or maybe you want to boo your coworkers. It's just a fun thing to get everybody in the spirit. All right. Very fun Halloween decor. Thanks, Denise. And great door prizes. We're back to the door prizes. Be sure to register for our Tinsel and Trimmings. If you have registered and will be joining at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in about an hour here, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart emoji. I will be looking forward to seeing you there and answering your questions about our Tinsel and Trimmings table runner. So again, just like I said before, we are learning the method of this and lots of techniques. Hand embroidery, free motion embroidery. You don't have to do all of this by hand. I will show you how to do it on your machine. You'll learn free motion quilting, but you could also do straight line quilting and leave your feed dogs up. Lots of different options for this pattern that we will be learning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So thank you all for joining me here on So What today. Be sure to register for Tinsel and Trimmings so you can join me in about an hour. So this will give you time to grab up a sandwich, grab a drink, have a little break, and then head on over to sewingonline.sulky.com, grab up your kit, grab up your mystery box if you didn't already to get to your free shipping threshold there. And then I will join you all at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for Tinsel and Trimmings. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next Tuesday for another So What?